Start your day with a coach. I am your host, Sean Butner, certified high performance coach. And today we're talking about believing in your power to design your work. And usually we talk about personal development or things that are going on in the world that might be of service to you and furthering your life, your career, your relationships, and health. And it's such a pivotal time to be thinking about how do we want to work out in the world, because we know we can work from home and be effective, especially if you're a professional or entrepreneur. We know that sometimes that as we come out of the pandemic, that some companies and organizations are cool with working from home. Some want everyone to return to the office or a hybrid model, and unfortunately, if it's going back into the office, it means the commute is back. It means that walk-up distractions are back, and the complete freedom of controlling our time during the day is a bit reduced. And as an introvert, you might feel a little bit of extra overwhelm and dread about going back into the office. So, in particular for you guys, since I am also a bit of an introvert, here's the good news, right? We learned, and what we can take from the time we were locked down, we can bring that to the office to help us thrive more at work. So if you found yourself more productive because there were fewer meetings, there were fewer walk-up distractions, there were fewer people micromanaging your time, these are hints for things that you might want to ask for if you have to go back in the office, or things you might want to look for as maybe you're shifting and trying to change jobs. So if we know that these are the things that kind of make us impactful, it doesn't really matter if we're at the office or at home, but the question is, what's the difference between the home office and the office, right? And for many, it's the simple control over how they work and their time. When I worked at Apple, one of the best practices I think that company had is letting people manage their own work and time. They would quote, on orientation day, they'd basically say, we hired you because you're smart and passionate, you're going to do your best work here, and we hired you so we don't have to tell you what to do, right? And I think so many folks during this pandemic had that experience of, having kind of the corporate overlord taken away, because the pandemic forced everyone to rethink how we did everything. And especially if you were working in an office, that meant how to organize on a distributed team. And so people had leeway to figure that out. And likewise, when you give people a challenge and the agency to figure it out, saying we must accomplish this, we don't know how, that's what you're here to help with, excuse me, most folks will rise to the occasion, in my personal belief, in my personal observation, and my experience. Now, some employees, as we get back into the office, or a more normal, and I'll put that in air quotes, type of thing, people are asking the question why. And if you look at a lot of the reporting on the labor market and the economy, people are talking about a labor shortage, but really it's that workers are more apt to be like, you know what, this job sucks, I'm going to go do something else. Or, hey, I want to go back to the office and my company is not supporting that. Or, I don't want to go into the office, I want to work from home and the company is not supporting that. So the labor market picking up as people are willing to shift, willing to change, and that means it's an opportunity, right? When the labor market is a little bit more favorable to workers, this is your time to negotiate or renegotiate your current job, because people are still trying to figure this out, right? How do you keep people? How do you make people happy? Because happy workers are productive workers. So you can join that conversation right now. And so now's the time to be like, hey, you want me to go in the office, like, as an introvert? Well, I need uninterrupted time. How do we make that happen at the office versus my home? Because it's much easier because people can't get to me at my home. How do we, engage people in problem solving with you? Not making demands, but like, okay, this helped me be more productive. We can take a look at the last year's worth of work. How do we replicate this in the office? Or how do we, maybe negotiate and be like, maybe I'm 2 days at home, 3 days in the office, or 3 days at home and 2 days, or whatever that is for you, whatever might work. But it's also like, hey, like, I can do way better when you're not micromanaging me. So now's the time to be speaking up. Now's the time to believe in your power to design your workday. Especially if you work at a company that has this old school corporate type of style of management. It's, there's definitely different modes of managing people. Having worked at Walmart and Apple, there's a lot of things that are similar and a lot of things that contrast. And this ability to control your own work is where freedom is, where fulfillment can be, where you can feel like you're maximizing your contribution in an organization. And if you're introverted or you found out that maybe you're more introverted, now's the time to speak up for yourself and to have those conversations or to change, as we're looking at the labor market right now. So hope you love this video, guys. I want to let you know that next Monday I'm starting my work from home challenge. And we talk about topics like this, not just for introverts, but for anyone who is working from home or wants to work from anywhere. And it's about, how do you control your energy when your mood's low? We're talking about things like how do you communicate and set expectations and boundaries for folks. People really love it. I'm really excited for it. If you are interested in that, you can check out the link in my bio, or go to seanbutler.com/links if the link's not below this video where you're watching it. And I hope to see the guys there. I'm really excited for this. That said, go forth, live with more joy, more personal growth, and more impact in your communities today.